It's a little different than other people's you've heard tonight. Like, my dad, his my testimony. I'm 100% different than his, like, totally different side. I grew up in a Christian home. Just kind of always been, my dad was a pastor growing up, so I've always been in that kind of situation, like, what's what I'm looking for? I've always been in a Christian home, so I've never really been like what my dad was without anybody that looked over him and guided him in God's steps. And so I grew up Christian home. Didn't really experience a lot of things other people do. And I eventually moved to California, where out here I was homeschooled. I moved to California. My parents threw me into public school, and I still can't believe they did that, but hey, it turned out for the best.
I can't either. I was scared to death.
I hated my parents. I hated my parents for it. Every morning I'd go into their bedroom and I would just, I cried really hard every morning. I'll take that. I'm sensitive. I like to cry. So I would just every morning just bawl. My mom, she was crying with me. It was made for some emotional mornings. And so I went through that for probably, a couple months, crying every morning. And so I eventually get through junior high and I get into high school. And as all of you guys are in high school, and you know that there are a ton of temptations in high school. I mean, everybody seems like is out there partying and drinking and doing whatever the heck they want because, I mean, it's high school, it's the time of your lives, right? Well, not me. I was that guy that I stayed at home a lot. I didn't really go out with my friends. When I hung out with my friends, it was at school and it was at practice because I started track my freshman year and started pole vaulting. And I was that guy that if you asked me to come out, go to a party with you, I was like, nah, man, I can't do that tonight. I'm gonna stay at home tonight, maybe watch a movie. If you want to come over, you're more than welcome to. And so I found some really good friends that were with me on that, where we would have, with John, we'd have all-nighters where we just play video games and watch movies all night long. And I think we would drink Gatorade and water. I mean, that was our drinking. We would have, you hear people having weed parties, we would have weed parties, where we just play Nintendo Wii for 10 hours throughout the night. It was a blast. I mean, I was out there having fun without alcohol, like what some other friends in high school were doing. And one of the reasons, there's several reasons why I like that. First of all, I am terrified of my father and what he thinks of me, and I knew that if he ever caught me doing anything like that, then it would be bad. And I know that he's like that because he is a very godly man, and he wants the best for me. So, in essence, I'm fearing him, and I'm also fearing Jesus Christ, who expects the best from every single one of us. And also, like I said, I was doing track in high school, and track was my world. My freshman year, I was the most unathletic person you probably could have met. I was just not built for pole vault. Pole vault, you want somebody who's tall, fast, and strong. I was short, fat, and slow. It was my dad's first year at my high school. He transferred coaching jobs to come coach at my high school because he wanted to be able to coach me, and the job was available as well. And so he comes over there, starts coaching, and his kid was that kid out there that people laughed at watching ball, the worst kid in the region. I just had some crazy funky vaulting. So that summer, I reached out to other coaches. I reached out to our sprinting coach. I reached out to other people that helped me out. I mean, along with my dad, because I need to learn how to run. I ran like a duck. I had to reach out to be able to learn how to become what I wanted to be. And so I started doing that. I trained for 3 months learning how to run. I started running cross country my sophomore year. And I hit my growth spurt and was on my weight. And then I started looking like a pole vaulter. So, I look like a vaulter now. So what do you do to become a vaulter? You gotta have the work ethic. the drive and the goal to be able to do it. So I ran cross country and I got my endurance up. So once off season came, I can just train and train and train and just reach my goals. My sophomore year comes along, and I PR by 4 feet, which in pole vault, I mean, I was vaulting really low my freshman year, so 4 foot PR is kind of expected. But I become the 3rd highest vaulter on my team, and I qualify for area qualifiers. End up breaking a pole there, and it was a little roadblock. It messed with my mental game. That summer was a rough summer for me vaulting. It was a really hard mental block to get over because I was terrified I was going to break another pole, because that's some scary stuff, because I mean, you're breaking a piece of fiberglass that can really hurt you. And so that summer was just a battle, just trying to get over the fears I had, because, I mean, yeah, I wanted to be a vaulter, but I didn't want to get hurt. Like, I didn't want to have the potential to hurt myself by breaking another pole. So that summer, the vaulting wasn't very great, but, I mean, I was able to work through some stuff. And then my junior year, I started running cross country. Well, I ended up getting some shin splints running cross country where I couldn't even walk anymore hardly on it because they were so bad. So I had to quit cross country, and I couldn't train for a little bit because my shins are so bad. And then finally I get back, I had to work through that, just more and more trials and tribulations to work through to get towards my goal. And my season comes along and I start vaulting. And the first meets, they go kind of rough. I'm not doing what I was planning on doing. And then finally, halfway through the season, after just a lot of training and focus, I finally get to my season goal halfway through the season. And I kind of got that attitude where I was like, wow, I just arrived. Yeah, watch out for Caleb. He's here to vault. He's going to kick all your butt. Well, that attitude just dropped me down back in the dumps. I did horrible at our Valley Championships. I didn't qualify state like I was supposed to. And that summer was even worse than the summer before. I hurt myself real bad, compressed my spine a little bit, so I wasn't able to walk for a couple weeks once again. So I had to work through that. And then senior year comes along. And I just had that attitude where I was ready I wanted it so bad. I just wanted to be able to earn scholarships for college. I wanted colleges to come look at me. And I started vaulting in the beginning of the season. Colleges weren't looking at me. It was kind of a realization like, wow, that's a bummer. And so I get through that, and I end up vaulting pretty decently. I come out, I was number